How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RIDDLES, and I'm here with the video that I promised you guys the other day of the massive timeline put together by Soul Silver Art, the legend himself. He put together a massive list of things, but before we get into that, I'm going to be showing you a different piece of information. There's actually an update for BDSP, but before all that, a message from today's sponsor. Before we get into anything, this video is brought to you by today's sponsor, Sword Hunter. So Sword Hunter is a free-to-play action arcade game available both on iOS and Android. In this game, you are the hero. You show off your sword skills as you wipe the streets clean of any nasty thugs. So what's so fun about this game? Well, you got awesome sword animations and sound effects to make you into a true sword master, or perhaps a true sword hunter. The game looks fantastic, and if you want to have a chance to actually play it yourself, well, there's a link down below to download the game on iOS or Android for free right now. Click the link down below. Thank you for them sponsoring the video. Let's get into the rest. All right, so starting things off, we have ourselves this update for BDSP. Apparently, an update was deployed last night, which is version 1.1.3. In summary, what this update does is removes the glitching of cloning Pokemon. That's basically being removed. The Great Underground resale glitch is fixed, and also Shaman is removed from the game as well. So a lot of glitches and stuff are basically deleted, and that's pretty much that. Now we're going to get into the massive information. We have this big thread to go through. So if you guys are ready for this, then sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, ladies and gents, let's get started. So if you guys want to read this on your own, I'll be linking it down below, and I'll be making a post of this over on Momoboard, so you guys can take a look at it there as well if you want to. But here is the post as noted. Here we go. So the Coup Riddle timeline. Starting off with the cast, we have ourselves the Riddler Coup, of course. We got the Chinese Riddler as well, and of course we have like just loads of stuff, like loads of other people like Centro Leaks, Eclipse, Ball Guy Leaks, the Insider, and of course Soul Silver Art himself. Got just loads of people to go through here. There's like loads of people, but let's skip over that. Disclaimer, none of these leaks or info are owned or were leaked by me. All this information is just a dim picture of what really happened, as I was not there behind the scenes. It's just assumed by what has been shared online. I do not wish to put words in anyone's mouths. Still, there is a bit of my personal opinion in this commentary. Lastly, most of this is not confirmed, but instead it's simply research / well-educated guesses. There's of course the possibility that we are wrong about many of these points. Thank you for your understanding, and we'll see how much we get right. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Okay, we'll see how it turns out. But here we go. The context: probably sometime in August or September, the Asian language speaking community, probably Chinese, had some rumors and leaks circling around. Then in October, Centro started posting their usual leaks to the English and Spanish speaking community, the West. Centro, as many know, is not an actual insider, but has sources that are insiders that in turn get info from, with or without permission. One of their main sources was Riddler Coup. He's known in the Pokemon community as someone who leaked some of Sun and Moon, as well as Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and he was also Centro's source for the Sword and Shield DLC. I haven't found much proof of these claims, but I believe it's just a known fact in the community that he later proves himself anyway. Some believe he and the fabled Chinese Riddler are the same person, for many reasons, but in this timeline they act as two separate entities that get mixed up all the time. However, I believe them to be two separate people. Centro's first leak apparently came from the CR post on Tieba, so the Chinese Riddler's post on Tieba Baidu, a Chinese form of Reddit sort of type of deal. And this was like one of the first things, and he was just making a joke. Turns out Centro has been stealing riddles from the Chinese Riddler. I don't know how accurate these riddles sources are, but I have a theory about PLA Starter Evo's riddle. And then we go on. So the Centro posted a lot more info. Why is this important? Most of their leaks came from Riddler Coup, including the big riddle image, which is this one right here. In this case, this is one of the posts he made, and there's links to all of them. And read the 3 tweets in the thread below this tweet as well, so we can take a look at all these. And this is of course the Start Evolutions Primal Dialga DLC 2022, as well as SC PDP D22, and you'll understand everything soon. Of course, they'll feel a little left out of place in Hisui, don't you think? And of course, leaks so far: new Start Evolutions forms of Rowlet, Cyndaquil, Oshawott, Dialga Palkia will get primal forms, Hisui and Electrode line. There'll be a DLC for Legends in 2022. BDSP has issues during development, etc. So that's just the stuff he posted. Read the 3 next tweets in the thread below this tweet as well. We open this one up. This will lead us back here. I see some people are saying that this is because of Legends DLC in 2022, that means there won't be a Gen 9 until 2023. I wouldn't be so sure of that. And then continue on. Eclipse gets into the mix by doing a big podcast hinting at many things in this riddle image, posted only by Centro at the time, and more. Eclipse is similar to Centro in that he's not exactly an insider, he's analyzes leaks. I don't believe he took anyone's private info and called it his own, but many times he makes it seem like his speculations could be leaks and then turns out not to be. This made Ku upset and it seemed like Eclipse was changing his leaks. However, I think that this and most of Eclipse's info gets misunderstood due to a language barrier. This is my own personal view, but I believe that him to be an alright guy. I also do believe that he had a source of his own at one point, but it's possibly run dry. Eclipse also gave us much more of a backstory between Centro and Ku before Ku himself had even shared the story. So this is him saying, I guess here, that Centro received timestamps added. And this is the actual big post. He's very helpful. Full breakdown of his podcast can be found here by Demi Pokemon, which we've taken a look at this in a previous video, you know what I mean, talking about what stuff's going to be in there. Under 10 new Pokemon evolutions, more than 5 can be counted in one hand. 17 HISUIan forms of existing Pokemon, 2 down, 15 to go, not counting evolutions. So quite a few. They continue on though. Enter Ball Guys Leaks, a leaker that Eclipse introduced to us. Jeez. Because of this and because a Ball Guy was proven to be pretending to be Japanese, many now think that they are the same person. They posted some rumors, here most of them, so you can take a look at these, which we already covered in previous videos, of course, so nothing too strange about that. Gen 9 in 2022, BDSP, Primal Dialga and Palkia leak is fake. They still got forms like Origin Giratina, no DLC, Legends, 7 new Pokemon, 17 HISUIan forms, new starter evolutions, Grass Fighting, Water, Dark, Fire, Ghost, and no DLC more soon. We'll continue on though to the next thing, which in this case is the other post from Ball Guy, which in this case was this one. Legends, Decidueye HISUIan Grass Fighting, Samurai HISUIan Water Dark, Typhlosion HISUIan Fire Ghost. Only final forms are HISUIan, second stages are normal, more soon. So, nothing too crazy from that one. We continue further. Unconfirmed but most important, unconfirmed but important rumor from Ball Guy. Sorry about that. My mouth is just going crazy here. Legends and Baby Pokemon line received a new HISUIan more soon. This has not been proven yet, but why are either of these people important? A lot of this info began to fill in the blanks of Centro's leaks. Ball Guy also seemed credible as he began successfully predicting some things like HISUIan Zoroark line and starters. And of course this was true in the case back then. I remember this specifically. We specifically went through this, black to white, and yeah, the HISUIan, you know, Zoroark. Finally we get to Ku, who comes out and says Centro stole all info from him. To prove it, he begins to give hints for each image on his riddle. He numbers them 1 to 12. In the weeks after that, he begins to go even deeper with more details about each number, and even gives out other riddles about PLA and BDSP. Every BDSP riddle was confirmed real. True. So if you guys go over here, you guys can remember this massive image here, which we've gone through a million times at this point. And there's another link here to essentially the same thing. Back in June last year, Centro got stuff from me like DLC, Ice and Ghost Horse Pokemon. So yeah, just saying that he got the info from there. Optional reading, Ku also posted a recap of the CR's hints to PLA. He basically has hinted at all of this by now as well. And you can see right here, I finished my collection of the Chinese Riddler's recent posts from March to October. So many hints and hints, in fact, besides the Voltorb one, which are all linked here. But that's going to take too long to go through. Ku later confirmed this tweet to be 100% real, which would be this one right here. Well, this 17+7 statement is 100% true. All were hinted in my riddles pick plus the 5 known lines. By the way, even though some accounts mentioned this as the first last month, it doesn't mean that they're not fabricating other BS stuff. Be wise to err on the side of caution and rationality. So we'll see how that turns out. Now, after Ku's first hints, I reached out to an Asian person on Twitter due to what Ku said that they were known as the insider, and I asked them for an Asian perspective on this riddle. I had no idea, and I still don't know if this person is an actual insider. Just asked them for a perspective because Ku had liked their guesses of this riddle, something I didn't do for anyone else. Ku also said that there were riddles he and his friends made for fun, filled with Asian pop culture and historical references. Only Asian cultures would understand, and we discussed each riddle. However, this person asked me to have them remain anonymous as they want to lay low, so I called them AP anonymous poster in my tweets. All right, we continue down here, and here actually comes, I guess, the breakdown of all the stuff we've had so far. So, first post, here we go. Number 1, a yokai from Yokai Watch. Her Japanese name is the key. Once you know it, you will understand all about this mon. And breakdown. In these breakdowns, I explain the possible origins of each riddle, as well as details about the Pokemon's like typings and stuff like that. And here's the post from Soul Silver on what that specific one could be. And he says that this could definitely be 100 vessels, ghost mostly Typhlosion. The tweet below is another hint to all the Hisuian starter forms. Not going to post this tweet again, but I applies to 2 starters as well. And of course, we already go through this, the eruption of the supernatural, etc. You know, it kind of breaks that down pretty solidly. This also has been apparently confirmed true, which I think if we looked here, officially revealed, yeah, the Zoroark line, pick is Zoro, Zoroark, and Perona, Ghost Princess, Ghost type. So yeah, we've already seen this from the image. This is number 1. Number 2, pretty much solved. The number 2 there, and number 1 as well, kind of solved. Number 3, he says here, the breakdowns of 3, 5, and 7 are all much longer and in-depth due to a lot of variables concerning them. I believe we've cracked them all, and there's still some room for speculation of details. But the first post here is about, again, number 3, new Pokemon, one of the post-game contents, which is the 2 hearts, like clouds, which are still a bit confusing. And it also makes a post here about these, and we can kind of take a look at what that's all about. So here we go. Let's see. A new post, a post-game Mon. Sounds like a mythical legendary, so being related to Manaphy was the first thought, and still possible. It could also be an entirely new legend/myth Pokemon as well. Big thanks to Quite the Hoot. But we'll have to wait and see if that is the case or not. Another little breakdown of the tweet above this one, so you can take a look at this one. And here's what this one says. Big update theory thanks to Poke Serena. XX Cloud could equal Kiss Kiss Cloud, like XOXO, or Love Cloud, like Eclipse said. Also, I always thought that 2 clouds could be hinting at 2 forms, could be Etherean and Incarnate forms. Don't know if that would be the case. This image is originally a Force of Nature rumor that was posted in TA in September 2021. It's translation by June. So basically, a fellow theorist, Dexter, just sent me this to me. Apparently, it's the original 4th Force of Nature rumor from back in September. Any translators out there who would want to quickly translate it, and here's a rough translation. It mentions a new EV-IV system that will drastically boost Pokemon stats. It mentions a fairy-type counterpart, the Force of Nature, with its alternative form being the Japanese yokai Genbu, the world turtle. Which is a bit weird. And then we have another big hint towards this, I guess, in this case. So let's see. I think this Nihileo says, have you figured it out? It's not as simple as the RGB values in this one. And a big post-game arc not related to Arceus. And we know there's a brand new post-game Pokemon equals a Force of Nature legendary in the post-game, basically confirmed for me. As he said here, rich post-game story arc, well developed, even though game's called Legends Arceus, but it's kind of unrelated, lol. So it could be hinting at that like third one in the image there. And then we have also Ku giving his thoughts on the Force of Nature rumor. Here's what he has to say. This theory went viral in the community recently. Let's talk a little bit about it from me. A local perspective. The 4 Guardians also exists of other names. Are basically the Azure Dragon, the Vermilion Bird, and the White Tiger and the Black Yin. Vicky is wrong. He continues on with the actual names here, which is also in ancient Chinese literally means black plus yin, the yin-yang philosophy concept, no turtle character in its name. Each of them represents lots of nature phenomena and other astrology stuff. Generally, dragon represents the east direction, wood element, color of blue, while tiger, west metal, white, bird, south fire, red, yin creature, tortoise, body with snake heads, north water and black. Actually, the 5th god also existed, called the yellow, I think the yellow dragon, mentioned in ancient Chinese literature, which represents the central earth element, color of yellow, etc. Some Japanese manga or anime have actually referenced this. When it comes to Pokemon, there's no freaking way that the Therian form Thunderous is a dragon. Come on, Chinese dragons don't look like that, even though design-wise the designer borrowed some ideas when creating it. The link is weak. Also, this doesn't deny anything. It depends on you. So that doesn't really tell us much because he basically gave a breakdown of stuff, but he didn't really say if it was real or not. But yeah, basically that's that. There's also a breakdown here of speculations on this and thoughts on this specific, ID. And he goes into it a bit more in depth here, talking about it, the whole thing, specifically why he thinks this might be the case. But again, there's too much to go through in this one post to confirm it, I guess, you know what I mean? So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with it. But here's what he says. Part 4, Ku's breakdown of the 4 deities. I believe he meant to misdirect us a little. He didn't confirm or deny, though to me, just like him talking about it, it confirms it. The hidden hint I think I got is that number 3 may not exactly be Genbu, but a different, just like Thunderous. So could that be the case? We'll have to wait and see, right? We continue though. More possible hints to a new force of nature. And there is this one right here. Only thing contradicting this is a rumor in the Chinese community, probably on Tieba back in September. It's just a rumor though, so anything is possible. But a person on Reddit also made this. It also makes a lot of sense with the cardinal directions. And then somebody says, your fairy type genie has been known for a while, so probably, that's new to me. It's kind of unknown, but if you aren't following the Chinese leaks, its Etherean form is going to resemble a turtle in design, apparently. See, that's the case. Possibly possibly because of the four beasts of the cardinal direction from Chinese myth. We have the white tiger of the west, azure dragon of the east, vermilion bird of the south, and a black turtle of the north. The color doesn't really match, but of the three existing forces of nature, we have Landorus as a tiger, Tornadus as a bird, and Thunderous as a dragon, but the only one with matching colors. So going by this theory, the fourth one will be a turtle. And if that's the case, we'll have to wait and see, but it is what it is. And down here we have more possible hints. I think we went through, yeah, we went through that one, and I don't think we've really missed anything from these. Let's just close down a few pages. Also, Blaze Incineroar just found this fun fact. To me, it hints at their design, inspiration, and original colors and elements. Blue stone, blue dragon, and then you got a red stone, red bird, white stone, white tiger, and then Landos is hard to see, but it looks like white or light orange. So if the fourth has a black stone, then I guess that would make sense, right? A little bit, you know, a little bit too like, you know, spread thin, I guess, but we'll see what happens with that, right? We'll see if there's anything there of value, I guess. We'll continue back though. So lastly, Koo said we found out about number 3 in the data mine, so it won't be long now, which is a bit confusing. So he says, I'll be revealed the most voted one, name and type directly as my final teaser post on the release date of BDSP. 3 is definitely a data mine thing, so pass. The other ones will keep being discussed in the 2 posts each day hype show, so stay tuned. So apparently we'll know about that when Legends gets data mined, so that will already be confirmed then. And number 4, confirmed true, which by the way, number 4 was specifically this right here, which is, you guys can see it right there. It's the Pokeball from Legends Arceus, and that one obviously was confirmed. We already knew that. I mean, he already hinted it, like for a no-brainer stuff. I mean, that's literally a no-brainer. We all know it's real because Hisuian Voltorb is real now, and that was hinted already then, and this was also hinted by the Chinese Riddler, so that was confirmed real. Next up, number 5. Number 5 on the image here is this girl in the middle, right? The girl with the red outfit. And we go on and we actually open up the first point, which is the post, that lady noble Pokemon. So this would be the noble Pokemon in this case, right? He continues on with another post in regards to this one. Seems that a few have nailed this one. So a detailed breakdown goes. What she says and the color of Arezu's bracelet tell the type of that lady. What she wears tells the appearance of that lady, and her personality tells the impression of that lady. 4 posts for this weekend. Enjoy. And then, of course, a lot of people started speculating. People saying like Hisuian Jinx, Serena, etc. You know, like a lot of possible things started cropping up in terms of IDs, right? But we don't really know exactly. Besides, we do have this hint as well. A better impression for hint 5. And just Lady Gaga being posted and people being confused by what's the deal. And then here is a big post. Big and very important thread explaining number 5. Please read the following tweets under this one. Let's open up the first one. So I told you guys it's going to be a long video, but here's what it starts off with. So 5, least certain of all. AP said number 5 is Nishikino Maki from Love Live. She is an Osojama, Oyosama. This word is difficult to explain. There does not seem to be a corresponding English word. I can only say it's a rich girl / lady. Lilligant is the only Pokemon that has officially used the word, which is interesting because Lilligant is the most speculated one for this. We continue on though. Ku had another riddle concerning Noble's ride Pokemon and new Pokemon evolutions. Here's a good idea of what it looks like solved, but also it tells us number 5 can only be a regional form of the Pokemon. For the Pokemon, I guess. And it also has been brought to my attention by Jordan on Reddit that if we're truly cracked Ku's circle / noble riddle, then Arezu's noble, it's a noble, so it must be in the riddle image, cannot be a new Evo, but instead must be a regional form. Here's why. And here's what it says. Yeah, the only thing Werdeer and Cleaver have in common is that they're new evolutions. And we know that the 5 ride Pokemon are Werdeer, Basculegion, Sneasel Evo, Ursaring Evo, and Hisuian Braviary. 4 new Evos and 1 regional variants. So that means our 4 blue circles must be regional variants, and that includes Arezu's lady. In this case, we're talking about this image with all the missing Pokemon, which this was filled in with, the new Sneasel Evo, Avalugg, Ursaring, and Lilligant. And of course, just Goodra in there for whatever reason, which I still am very confused about that one. But we'll get an explanation here, so let's continue on. So here we go. We continue on. It says, further speculation, number 5. We have more hints towards what number 5's type may be. The most obvious choice is grass fighting due to Ku's tweet above, but the fire or dark, and also I think if we can open up that tweet later on. But yeah. But fire or dark and even bug instead of grass are other possibilities. Grass fire is a very plausible theory. Here's a great thread by Bonsley on this specific point. And Bonsley made a really great tweet about this. Arezu's noble Pokemon is Hisuian Lilligant, and I can prove it. A thread. And he basically just kind of lined it up here. I mean, a massive post about this, which we're going to go through a little bit of it, okay? So, first and foremost, we have to remember that Ku's confirmed there are 7 new Pokemon and 17 HISUIAN forms. Once we establish the new Pokemon, the HISUIAN forms fall into place. We already know 3 of the 7 new Pokemon, Wyrdeer, Basculegion, and Cleavor. From there, we have to keep in mind a few extra leaks. There is still the unrevealed climbing Pokemon, and Ku has claimed that there is also an Urswing evolution and a new post-game Pokemon. That makes 6 of the 7. Ku has hinted that the final new Pokemon is an evolution of HISUIAN Quillfish, and also that the climbing Pokemon is an evolution of HISUIAN Sneasel. This establishes all 7 of the new Pokemon. Now, we take into account the HISUIAN forms. We know of 4 already confirmed ones, Growlithe, Zorua, Zoroark, and Braviary, because there aren't any other new Pokemon spots. We can assume that HISUIAN Arcanine exists coming from HISUIAN Growlithe. This makes 5 of 17. Multiple sources, not just Ku, have already all corroborated on a few of the HISUIAN forms as well. Voltorb, Electrode, Decidueye, Typhlosion, and Samurott. These 5, in addition to the previous 5, make a total of 10 HISUIAN forms. Ku has elaborated on hints for HISUIAN Quillfish, HISUIAN Sneasel, HISUIAN Goodra, and HISUIAN Avalon. This makes 14 of the total 17 HISUIAN forms. Ku later dropped a template regarding the HISUIAN dex, claiming that the HISUIAN Pokemon in the National Dex number 387 to 493 will all appear. The image he showed had them all in the National Dex order. Ku then revealed a similar template for HISUIAN forms. It stands to reason this is also in the National Dex order. The small boxes are Pokemon that can still evolve, and the bigger boxes are the final stages. Pokemon in small boxes without a big box underneath it evolve into brand new Pokemon. Big boxes without small boxes above them are forms that evolve from the normal forms of their pre-evolutions. Spots 1 to 4 are made up of Growlithe, Arcanine, Voltorb, and Electro respectively. Spots 6 and 7 have a Quillfish and Sneasel, meaning spot 5 has to be Typhlosion. This deconfirms Jinx as the Res is noble, and the baby Pokemon HISUIAN form claim is now debunked. Spot 17 cannot be Serena because it throws the rest of the template off. If we assume Serena is number 17, then the template doesn't line up to fit Zorua or Zoroark, which we know are confirmed. I will explain. Work backwards from 17 and assume that is Serena. The Decidueye becomes 16, and then 14 and 15 are to be assumed to be Bergmite and Avalugg. Then 13 has to be Goodra all on its own. 12 then has to be Braviary because it's confirmed, and with 11 being Rufflet. This leaves 8, 9, and 10, and 8, 9 are final stages of new forms that evolve from their pre-evolutions. 10 is a form that evolves into a new Pokemon, meaning that it has to be Basculin. Zorua and Zoroark do not fit in this template if a res is noble as Serena. In order to fit the template correctly, 11 and 12 have to be Zorua and Zoroark, 13 then is Braviary, 14 and 15 are Sligo and Goodra, and 16 is Avalugg, and 17 is Decidueye. 8 has to be Samurott, 10 has to be Basculin, and this leaves a small opening of Pokemon between Samurott and Basculin in the National Dex. Dex that 9 could be. Basically, there are no other feminine or lady Pokemon from the selection of Pokemon except Lilligant, therefore number 9 has to be Lilligant. I predict that HISUIAN Lilligant is not actually grass fighting type as many suggest, due to the fact that the Decidueye is already supposed to be grass fighting type. Instead, I find it more likely that it's either grass dark or grass fire. Grass dark is supposed to be via its design, supposedly featuring a dark black dress or bodysuit. Ku used an image of Lady Gaga wearing a fishnet suit to better explain the dress design. This could give Lilligant an intricate dominatrix theme, which would be really odd for a Pokemon game. As a dark type, Lilligant would probably get access to moves like Nasty Plot and Dark Pulse to remain special attack oriented. It could possibly become physical though and gain access to Swords Dance and Night Slash. Grass Fire is supported via the image Ku used in their initial riddle. Maki Nishikino is the character used, who is sometimes described as a hot-headed and stubborn. The black dress could be represented by a charred leaves, and the image could mean that the Pokemon is literally hot. Lilligant's aromatherapy theme could be altered to an incense burning theme. HISUIAN Lilligant will evolve from a normal Patili, meaning that Sunstone likely is still needed for evolution. As a fire type, Lilligant will probably get access to moves like Fairy Dance and Fire Spin, maybe even Heat Wave. In this scenario, I can't see Lilligant becoming physical. Overall, Lilligant is the only option that makes sense now because of this riddle leak. As a Lilligant fan, I'm ecstatic, and I'm not trying to keep my expectations in check. I'm trying to keep my expectations in check. There's always a possibility of being something else. But there you go. Amazing post, by the way, from your boy Bonsley here of why it should be Lilligant. And honestly, it matches up well with the actual image that you see, like with the numbers. With the Pokedex lineup, it perfectly lines up. So it would make sense if Lilligant is one of the missing pieces. We continue on though. So, we've gone through Bonsley's post. The other thing we have to go off of is this image of a Rezu's bracelet. The pink coloring at the top makes me think Grass Fairy, maybe even Psychic, could be a possibility. we'll have to wait and see. We'll continue on to number 6 from the riddle image. And number 6 in this case, as you guys haven't seen, is this one right here. Kotori. Asian fans will know what this is immediately. And this one, of course, has an instant explanation. This is definitely Rowlett's evolution. Lastly, this hint from Ku confirms that, oh wait, and actually this one down here. This one of the most obvious ones for the Asian community. Kotori equals a little bird, maybe a nickname for Rowlett. And the muscles equal fighting type. This was originally shared by the Chinese Riddler. So that one was pretty straightforward. Now comes a little bit more of a strange one, but this one has to do specifically with in this case, it's the number 7 one. Kanji on this pick is the key. Only Japanese can get it when the Pokemon gets revealed. And then we go on and we actually open up the thread here, which he says here is very important thread explaining number 7. Read the 2 following tweets under this one. And here is what this one goes on. Ku said that the kanji on the image is the key, but I never thought to look at the original image he took the screenshot from. The kanji on top of the on top basically adds up to Blowfish and Quillfish's name in Japanese, which in this case, if we go over to the next tweets here, soon after Ku posted a follow-up tweet giving us more hints about number 7 and its typing. Big and very important thread. Please read the following 6 tweets under this one. This has got to be a long boy, really long, boys. So let's get into this one, shall we? So he said, have you figured it out? No, it's not as simple as the RGB values on this one. Enjoy. It says here, okay, so number 7, stated in the previous tweets, Ku is giving a parallel tale to the original and giving us more details about the new Quillfish. And what's the tale he's talking about? Well, it's this one right here. First, all these 4 Pokemon are based around marine animals, but none of them are water types. So in my opinion, that means Hisuian Quillfish will also lose its water type. And he says here, once upon a time in the EC, there's a Pokemon known as the Weeping Princess. The 7th Knight asked the Pokemon living there to let them see the princess. Electric, Clobbopus, and Inkay with its evil smile acknowledged this warrior's bravery and joined them. He continues on. Second, 3 out of 4 of these mons are monotype. In my opinion, Hisuian Quillfish will probably be monotype. Third, Inkay doesn't have an evil smile, just like normal Quillfish doesn't have big spikes. Evil, translated in Japanese, is dark type since this is related to Quillfish. In my opinion, Quillfish will be a dark type. The 4th one, 3 out of 4 of these mons are not evolved but can evolve. He could have easily went with Electros, Graplocked, Malamar, but he didn't. Added to that, Cursola is a regional evolution of a previous Gen 2 single stage mon. Added to that what AP said about Hisuian Quillfish possibly getting a regional evolution leads me to believe that Hisuian Quillfish will evolve and they will probably both be mono dark types. He continues on down here. Ku wrote this to sound like a tale from the Canalave, but so I believe that the scripture words like Weeping Princess and Knight are just for that effect. If they mean anything, I think they'd be referencing a quest or the appearance of Quillfish, but not the steel typing though. Anything is possible. Number 7, I could still be wrong about the monotype since Inkay is dual type. It could be Dark Poison or another possibility in this theory below. However, strongly believe it will be monotyped. Y'all, Inkay, Clobbopus, Electros, Ice. That could be a reach, but you never know. There's still 2 big mysteries. One came recently, and there's many options of what it could be. The first idea is that it's another RF or regional form or a new mon, and evidence supports this. However, there's no way it's related to any of the images in Ku's big image riddle. And he says here, that this harmonious creature mentioned in this description will finally get its counterpart in PLA and link some character's background story. Interesting. And this is of course the one from Raichu, which is that it can reach even 100,000 charge volts when electric charges itself or whatever. So we already know about that one. So it's either a mouse Raichu counterpart Raijin Gorochu, or a new mon form of an elephant, could be a Donphan Evo form, or a Copperage Evo form due to the Indian elephant reference, or maybe Paloswine split evolution, not Mamoswine, since no Gen 4 mon has gotten anything so far. But of course this is now leading us further into other posts and stuff that are unrelated to the Quillfish one. But let's go back and let's go to number 8 here. So we move on to this one, which in this case kicks us off with number 8. A new variant, can tell the type from it. This is the one with the ring here of the snail. And of course we get the little, like another riddle here about it. In this case, he says number 8 is Gudra Lion, Dragon Steel type. I think this community doesn't deserve real leaks, but yeah, he basically said that is Gudra. He pretty much confirmed it. BD, the two tweets in the thread under this tweet are very important for understanding how this fits into the 7+17 Pokemon forms thing. And here's what he's talking about here, where he says number 8 freebie from Ku. He specifically says a line here, but in an earlier post he said it was a variant singular. Since the former post is more recent, I'm leaning that way, but I put Gumi in the swap category just in case. So you continues on saying, number 8, I think it's important to stress again that there is a high chance it's not the entire Gudra line, leaving space for another regional form pre-evolution. Also, this is interesting info of the yokai Gudra is almost certainly based off of. Number 9, see number 1 from Ku, but also the Chinese Riddler as well as Ball Guy Leaks and Eclipse have all agreed multiple times that the starter and final evolutions are getting regional forms and their types are being described in these riddles. And then he says, like then I guess he goes over to number 10, which is going to come up soon. We're going to go through these one by one here. So number 9, here we go. So number 9 is the image of the moon and whatnot. The Japanese pun, when you solve it, you know the type of one of the starters. We pretty much already have the breakdown of this. We already know what this is. In this case, it's literally just the typing for one of the Pokemon. So he says here, C number 1 from Ku, but also CR as well as Ball Guy Leaks. They all pretty much agreed on this one, that is going to be a, I guess, water dark type. Since someone finally got it right, here's why the Moth Moon riddle is pointing at Samurot's new type. When I said multiple times only Japanese speaker would get it. Moonlight, Gecko, Moth, Ga. Greninja is Gekkoga, which refers to its type, which are water dark. So there you go, lads. Basically, the typing for Samurott is water dark type, which is pretty neat. We continue back to the form here. Number 10, what is he saying? So number 10, this Pokemon is based on this thing visually, which is a literal ship here. And I think for number 10, we already have like I think we already have more or less a riddle here, which is number 10. It's Chinese name, accidentally leaked its type, but a coincidence. And then if we go here to, I guess, the breakdown of that, you can see what it's all about. It says that the one tweet and the thread under this tweet are very important for understanding how it fits into the 17 plus, just that whole thingy. Number 10, this was obviously as obvious as Voltorb according to Ku. The image describes it. There was also drama around this one due to the speculation that it would be an Avalugg Evo, but Ku said it's not. He also basically confirmed it out loud in this tweet about its type. And then he says here, also concerning a possible Bergmite Hisuian form, I think it's unlikely. So here's what he says. This connects to a tweet I had planned for today about number 10. Ku said this Pokemon, not this line, and he said its Chinese name leaked its type. This leads me to believe that only Avalugg will get a form, not Bergmite 2. I could be wrong, so we'll have to see if that's the case. But also, yeah, that's pretty much that on that one. And we continue over to number 11. And this one, I think we pretty much all know what this one is. You guys probably already saw the image there as well, but let's just get into it anyways and see what is what's being said here. So number 11, which is this girl character here from a manga, a Japanese manga. What happened to her is the key. In fact, you must have seen it earlier than you ever noticed. And then if you actually look at the, post here, it kind of gives a further info. Want to know it's number 11's type, 160, 64, 160, 192, 48, 40. If anyone questioned me running out of contents again, then I bet, well, yeah, he's just saying a bunch of stuff. And then it's poison fighting being listed here for its typing, which is interesting. And Ball Guy actually came out and said something as well, which is that the clown Pokemon seen in the Old Legends Arceus leak is a new evolution of Sneasel, more soon. And then also we have Riddler Ku, who I think came out and just said they share some similarities. And yeah, well, yeah, so there you go. But yeah, pretty much this is a lot is a breakdown, including his typing. Next 3 tweets in thread below have further speculation. If we open that up, we can kind of look further into that. Which in this case, this is another that all these sources were in total agreement on, starting with the Chinese Riddler, which is the most credible source. Sneasel may also get a regional form due to its Evo, having such a drastic type change, to poison fighting. So we'll see what that's like if that's the case. And this riddle right here is referring to the Sneasel line. I'm explaining just a few reasons, leaving some for reveal. This specific chapter and page of the manga as per Mami features a weasel scarf that is animated by psychic powers of the protagonist to, I think, literally to convince her own parents that a cat was in their house. The girl then wears it but gets cut from a needle stuck in the clothing. The anime episode featuring this scene is called Kamaitachi, which is a Japanese weasel yokai. Sneasel and Weavile are heavily inspired by this yokai. And Kamaitachi is the embodiment of cold wind. When people in snowy mountains would get sharp cuts or pains from the cold wind, it said that the yokai, it was the yokai in its claws. This explains Sneasel's dark ice typing. This is just to let you know which Pokemon the riddle refers to. Props to someone who from the Korean Pokemon community who actually solved this one by hinting towards Sneasel and Weavile. And we go back here, we got further info, which is pretty much confirming that it's poison fighting for it. However, one of the ways Sneasel may not get a Hisuian form could be this. Gotta say, this will fix the Hisuian Sneasel issue. Regular Sneasel could easily evolve into it, which could be the case. If it doesn't, at the same time, regular Cubone evolving into Alola Marowak is a thing, so it's possible that that the Ice Dark Sneasel could evolve into a fighting poison type. It could still happen, nothing is out of the realm of possibility, so to say. And then we have number 12 here, which is from Riddler Ku as well. And this time around says, you knew what it was from the thief. That's all. This is him referring to Centro, who posted about this already. And here is one of the, I guess, breakdowns here. So, Ku all but said this one flat out. Centro stole this info from him, that it's an Ursaring, possibly rideable Evo. Small chance it's a Teddy Ursa split evolution, but that's just speculation. And that's from Centro saying there's an Ursaring evolution. It's rideable. See the follow-up tweet, this one more detail on its origin. And in this case, this is just a breakdown of where it might be coming from in terms of its design and all that. All Ku said was, this one's from the thief, Centro. This is the only detail we have for number 12. There's no way that's a hint he would have given to his friends when it was originally shared to them. So you must look at the image itself as they would have to truly break down number 12. My friend June 17761 took on the mission. Here's what he found. If you look at some of this, let's see, we start from here. Additionally, I did some digging into the 12th riddle concerning the bear. I discovered that it comes from the animated series called Boonie Bears, or the Roaming Bears in Chinese. The show is about these two bears trying to stop this one logger from cutting down and destroying their forest. All right, and the actual bear used for the riddle is called Briar, and he's the leader of the two bears who led the charge in defeating the logger, and he's known for his red fur. Now, this is actually one of the most popular shows in China, and these bears are a duo. The other bear is called Bramble, and he's the lazier and more idiotic of the two. All of this relates to the Ainu bear god called Kim Un Kamui, and his name literally means god of the mountains, which is kind of intense. And then you got some pictures of that, kind of what it looks like. The idea is that the mountain bears of the Hokkaido are these benevolent deities that watch over Ainu, which is why bear cubs are sacrifices, as they believe that they will go back into the land and bless the area. This is why I brought up your source earlier, because the ground typing actually makes a lot of sense for this bear, and it might be an evolution for Teddy Ursa, meaning that this is a special split evolution form from Ursaring. It could be like that we have Ursaring and then another version of Ursaring, maybe like Galarian Yamask. So merge all this together, and what we might have is a split evolution, not an actual evolution of Ursaring, which would be intense. So a lot of evidence of Ursaring, the family, have new evolutions, but instead of a third Evo, it may be a split evolution and Ursaring's counterpart from Teddy Ursa, and could be the troll on Centro who posted rideable Ursaring Evo. Just in the theory, though, the troll may be another number or anything at all. Or nothing at all, I guess, in this case. So, yeah, but let's continue. The hidden forms. In most Pokemon games, there's at least one featured legendary. Many times, especially in remakes, they receive forms. So it's possible that Arceus gets something here. However, there's more. I started with Eclipse, then Ball Guy, then eventually Ku. Eclipse, hint, Thirstworthy seems to add up. So here we go. We're just going to close down a few pages here of stuff, because we had a lot to go through, so let's just start with this one. Do you all know that the riddles in the collage covers most of the new Pokemon Hisuians, some of which are entire lines, but not all of the new Pokemon Hisuians are in the collage? What I'm saying is there's something you don't know yet. And then he, I guess there's speculation about Giratina here. Which, he says here, there's also two things maybe hinting at other forms. First was Ku's tweet about Giratina. Why would he say the Giratina we've seen a million times has a magnificent feature in PLA? Second was this image found in BDSP. Could be nothing, but could also be an old Centaur Arceus, which no destruction at all, just a functionality similarly custom design, lame, mech, meaningless, plain, zero labyrinthy, but visually stunning, teeny tiny room left for players to catch what inside. If allowed, really want to say something about Gira-chan's magnificent feat in PLA. And just 3 words: who are you? This is depicted on the church in Hearthome City, which is of a weird Arceus looking creature, which we talked about previously as well. And then Ball Guy also made a point here about like some hidden forms and stuff. Anyways, enough bear talk for now. Here's some further confirmation about the origin forms for Palkia and Dialga that people have been sleeping on for months, thanks to Eclipse and Ball Guy. Still waiting on more soon from you, Ball Guy. January 19, 2021 posted about this, that deleted 3 minutes after to avoid problems. October 19th, 2021, January, so and October 19th, confirming the info in my past podcast. At the time, I wasn't sure if they were going to be included in BDSP or Legends. Now it's clear. Random info. I know about O Dialga and O Palkia since January 19th, 2021. Gen 9 in 2022, BDSP, Primal Dialga and Palkia leak is fake. They still got new forms like Origin Giratina, no DLC, Legends, 7 new Pokemon, etc. We already read through this, so this was their original thingies about that. And then we have, for Dialga and Palkia origin forms, read the 4 following tweets in this thread under this tweet. So this is a long boy. Let's see what it has to say. Here we go. So, part 4, huge speculation. Here's the same dragons in Digimon. I was reading through the replies, and many of you said they were in the other games like Shin Megami Tensei, Beyblade, etc. Timothy's comments here is intriguing. Is it Arceus, the yellow dragon, or Giratina, the void? I don't think Ku mentioned this for nothing, as something that he referred to previously. Part 4, last for now, but certainly not the least. This pure genius from Pokes Arena and Ku, of course. Just another reason why these people are in the bonus forms, not in image riddle section. I hope you enjoyed. And then he has the post right here, and Serena says, if you listen to the sound of the characters, it sounds a little bit like Origin DP dragons are the final bosses, which is interesting. These Pokemon, not these people. Sorry, yeah, I guess he was, yeah, referring to these Pokemon. Fair enough. But let's continue. So, part 4, just in case you wanted to see what my friend also said about the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia. Okay, the BDSP is really nothing. Maybe just look forward to Jasmine's new clothes. So, for new forms of Dialga and Palkia in PLA, I would have preferred in remakes, but maybe the remakes and Legends will be connected. Further proof from the great Buzzlord. I don't think we'd get this confirmation today, but to me, that's 99% Dialga Palkia origin forms confirmed. It's insanely clever. The pronunciation sounds like Origin DP dragons are the final bosses. Very clever way to leak. Yeah, Origin DP dragons are the final bosses. That is very strange. DP forms being confirmed blows a whole new old convo wide open. In one of Ku's poll tweets, he was going to tell us which one of these options was true or false. DP forms were grouped with PLA DLC. If DP forms are true, then it stands to reason that DLC is 2. Then there's Gen 9. The possibility is if the DP forms and DLC had won, the poll, maybe Ku would have given us a proper explanation. Maybe the DP forms are real, but the DLC is still unknown. I say that because there's still this screenshot about Gen 9 from Ku. Either way, I'm still holding out for 2022. And he only just says nothing confirmed now, all bullshit. And part 4 continued. I really believe this theory is possible since it came from a known since Game Freak are known for mixing things, myths, folklore, gods together all into one Pokemon. This could be mixed with Genbu, Jins, and the World Turtle. After further research into my theory of this post-game Pokemon, I was able to find what I believe is further proof that this post-game Pokemon would be in fact the genie Pokemon as speculated with, it being based on an Indian elephant god Ganesh. And there's a massive post for that too. Part 4, I think this is correct. Okay, this is well, this is just related to all this stuff combined, but I'm not really sure, man. I think if we go into this post, there's a lot to go through here about this. But after researching about Ganesh, I found that that like a genie is able to grant wishes with it having a title of the Lord of the Good Fortune. However, it's also seen as the Lord of Obstacles, and he removes and creates obstacles in the path of those who need to be checked, which could be seen with the Alpha Pokemon, as this new Pokemon could be making these obstacles for the players to check if he's worthy by turning these strong Pokemon against the player. This could make sense why this Pokemon is more evident in the post-game, as the player will learn why these alpha Pokemon are occurring. Also, time to talk about the image Eclipse posted of the mountain, which I believe is Mount Kailash, as seen from the photos, which also is a big coincidence, as that is where Ganesh lives. Maybe he's hinting at that. So in conclusion, I really think this Pokemon is an Indian elephant, with it being a fairy flying type, and it being similar to the appearance based on Ganesh. Hopefully more info on this soon from trailers. We'll see what happens. But we continue on. The audio that seals the deal is from Buzzlord, which you already took a look at. And then we have posts here. I don't know how you understand it, but the attitude they believe in the almighty Sinnoh is different. This obviously shows Dialga and Palkia. As for Arceus, I don't think it has a new form, but it will have a golden light similar to Cleavor. Probably not just like Zekrom. It has a mode, forget the name. Arceus does not necessarily have to get a new form. It is the creator of Pokemon. It may be best if it has not changed since ancient times. Yeah, true. Actually, further speculation, optional reading. Official news from December 15 leaves us to speculate about new forms for the Creation Trio and Arceus. The clan leaders have a specific and different look compared to the rest of the people in their clans, who are dressed in normal Dialga and Palkia colors. Then there's also a curious connection to Giratina when you look at Rowan's ancestors' attire, which is true. Also, Ku said this about the fifth deity in relation to the 4 cardinal direction deities. Which you guys, we took a look at this tweet, I think, earlier. Might be wrong about that, though. But yeah, I did say this. Actually, the 5th god also existed, called the Yellow Dragon, mentioned the ancient Chinese literature, which represents the central earth element color of yellow. Is that what he's got in his clothing? We'll have to wait and see. I also believe this could be related to the Ginkgo Guild, as they have their own crest that is bright yellow. To me, it could hint to Arceus or maybe even Giratina, who could also possibly get forms if Dialga and Palkia are getting forms, which is indeed true. You know, like this could be the case, right? And he has more info right here about that. You guys are ready for this one, though. Did you notice that these people have a clan logo just like the Diamond and Dialga and Pearl Palkia clan tend to break down the symbol? But for me, it's related to Arceus or Giratina. Check out the tweets below, which of course, you know, the colors do match up. That's undeniable, I guess. And I guess they do have the crest kind of design. Doesn't seem too out of the ordinary, I guess. But also, them being based specifically on Wagner is pretty lit, and of course, you know, this guy being based on Cynthia is pretty lit as well. But yeah, so I don't really know, lads. Of course, we also have the fact that it's based on the Ginkgo, you know, it's just like the name where it's from and everything, the Ginkgo tree and all that. So it's not native to Hisui, which these guys are clearly not native to Hisui as well. They might be from a ancient place, a different place. There's been speculation about it being a Swedish guy. He's from Sweden. Don't really know about that, but we'll have to wait and see if the next region, next place, next game might be based on something like that. We'll see. So the 17 plus, oh my lord, how far down are we? We still got loads to go. The 17 plus, 7 plus 17 part 1. This equals 24 new mons and forms in PLA. Knowing this, we began to figure out which Pokemon which were hinted at in the riddle image and the entire lines or not. This was my first take on it, which is that number 1, of course, you already know, would be the, where is it? The new, like, Typhlosion. Number 2 would be Zoroark. Number 3 in this case, where is his number 3? Let's see. Number 3 would be, I guess, Manaphy or something like that, like just a legendary in some case, or like the you know, one of the what do you call it, cardinal directions, I guess, in this case, which would be Landorus, Thundurus, and whatnot, like another one in that regard, you know what I mean, like a fourth one to be added in. So that is one of the ones there. Number 4, of course, we know is Voltorb. Number 5, it's right here, so either a Jinx or a Lilligant. We'll see about that. Number 6, that's of course Decidueye. Number 7 is Quillfish. Number 8 being Gudra. Number 9 in this case was, where is number 9? Number 9, I can't find it, literally. I am blind right now. I do not see the number 9 anywhere, which is a bit odd. But oh yeah, Samurott, right, Samurott. So number 10, Avalugg. Number 11, Sneasel's Evo, new Evo, and number 12 would be a new Ursaring split evolution in this case. An important note on here that I did not explain in a tweet is that the main reasons that Sneasel is in the HISUIan forms category is because its evolution is supposedly a poison fighting type. Many people, including myself, believe that's too drastic of a change from Dark Ice. Therefore, it stands to reason that would get a new regional form that's poison fighting that evolves into its new evolution. However, none of the other pre-evolutions had any evidence that they would get forms other than these below. Please read the 4 tweets in the thread under this tweet. If we go there, we'll have more details on specifically this. So here we go. Let's see. Where do we start this from? So my biggest question mark in these predictions was which mon would get the last regional form slot. Patilli still has a very high chance of replacing Basculin here due to it making more sense than the entire Lilligant line would get regional forms. But I went with Basculin due to the following tweet, which is a decent piece of evidence I missed concerning not only Arcanine but also Basculin. They both got trademarks early this year. This is pushing me more towards it being Basculin. Also, this is finally a new evidence for Hisui and Arcanine. So Nintendo actually did, trademark the two, Basculin, Basculegion, and whatnot, where Basculin was trademarked over in Japan, so that's something that did happen earlier this year. Why Hisui and Sneasel and not Gumi though? I don't think there's a way where both Sneasel and Gumi get a form. It seems only one of them can be a regional form according to this, because one of the names on this list has to be wrong according to Ku. So one of these has to be wrong, which I guess in this case would be I guess Gumi. So let's see, continue on. So I think here, number 8, another reason why Gumi is in question, Ku said a new variant, which is singular. Then he says Gudra line in his second tweet about number 8. More evidence on giving Sneasel an original form and not Gumi is Ku said some similarities, meaning more than one, more than just a split evolution. Also, Ballguy League seems to hint at a Hisui and Sneasel as well. And here are results of a poll you guys did based on the evidence we have. So there is a poll right there, which you guys can check out if you want to. More possible inspiration details. One of the worst recorded bear attacks in the Edo period, Hokkaido. Also, AP told me apparently in the ancient dialect of Hokkaido, bear means a god of mountains. So the evil of Ursaring could be a normal ground rock type. well, something along those lines, something in between there. Normal ground or normal rock, I guess. And lastly for now, an amazing person who didn't want to credit just put together a giant breakdown of everything here. If you guys want to take a look at that image, we're not going to be doing it right now because we've already gone through like normally 50 minutes into this. The potential mod mysteries, optional reading. Ku also gave us many other riddles that were confusing. My thoughts on those are here. However, it's complete speculation, nothing confirmed. I'm adding these because they have potential to be other new Pokemon forms. However, I truly believe they are not. Please read the next 7 tweets in the thread under this one. This is a lot, mate. This is a lot to do. It's a lot of reading. So we already talked about this one. Now there's two big mysteries. One came recently, and the other, and these many options of what it could be. The first idea is that it's another regional form of a new mon. Evidence to post this. However, there's no way it's related to any of the images in Ku's big image riddle. And this is him talking about the disharmonious creature mentioned in the description will finally get its counterpart in PLA, which of course is Raichu getting a counterpart in this case. And we already talked about this being possibly a elephant of some sort. We don't really know. The only possible real image this could be are number 5, 10, or 3. However, Ku said this about number 5, and no one has mentioned an elephant or mouse lady noble before 2 days ago. Those few who guessed it right didn't guess Koporage or Raichu. But wait, elephants have nothing to do with the Edo era. Yokai-filled Hokkaido, where, well, there is one option. That will tie in well with number 10, original hint, but then Ku's second hint basically tells us it's Avalugg, and this proves his theory, which was that it could be like Naumon's elephant, or it's based on the Baku yokai, which in this case is not happening. Now number 3 is complicated. It wouldn't be a brand new mon / form exactly, but instead just referencing the elephants on the back of the world turtle that could maybe be a part of the design of number 3. In the end, it doesn't hold much weight to me, but it's possible. And he's trying to connect here, maybe like what is that counterpart Pokemon to Raichu that's going to show up? It's, you know, an elephant would make sense because it's literally a mouse Pokemon, right? So it would make sense if it's an elephant because that would be the literal counterpart to it. But I don't know, man. So for us, there's no way it's part of the riddle image, but it could be one of the rumored other forms not in the riddle image. I'm only pushing that because Ku specifically says it's finally gets a counterpart, which sounds like something we've never had before, which is odd, actually. And the more logical choice would be something else. Ku said in the past, not everything is a new Pokemon, so this could also be just hinting at a character background lore with Raichu and Koporage being obtainable in PLA, or all the previous RFs being obtainable in PLA. So it doesn't have to inherently mean a brand new Pokemon. It could be something else. He says, I still have no idea what this second big mystery could be. Maybe it's just a shiny gift or a cute mythical Shaman Sky, or maybe it's a whole new mythical. That's all I got. And he just showed this. Well, since they revealed Shaman, please pay attention to these two. Could not speak more right now. And that's pretty much that. A really good theory, or possibly connects to Raichu's counterpart 3. I think we just read this, but I'm going to open it up anyway. So here it is. This is my thoughts on the new Force of Nature. And then he has like a general breakdown there. I'm going to open up this right here. So Kaino basically put together this, saying the fourth Force of Nature Pokemon. As I know, there's been a lot of speculation about the post-game legendary in the Riddle 3 image being a member of the Force of Nature. However, I believe that we are on the right track. But I believe instead of this Pokemon being a turtle, like most people believe, I reckon it's actually an elephant Pokemon. Specifically, the hint Ku left for us about a counterpart of Raichu. With this, I did some thinking and piecing together what I reckon is a higher likely ID for this post-game Pokemon, as well as all the known Forces of Nature Pokemon all relate to a type of natural disaster: thunderstorms, earthquakes, and cyclones. So from this, tsunami is missing. So my theory goes that the elephant Pokemon will be an Indian elephant Pokemon that is similar design to the trio, with it having the type of water flying, which is also fits perfectly with Ku's hint of the counterpart of Raichu, as it would be 104 times super effective, easily fainting the Pokemon, which also strengthens the claims that it would be an elephant's ability to suck up water with its trunk to spray the water, which would make sense to obtain the water typing. But also, on the last thing, there are rumors that elephants can actually sense natural disasters before any humans can, like earthquakes and tsunamis. However, this is all speculation. I'm not claiming to be an insider and of any kind, and it's just, a bit to have fun with, right? A bit to have fun with, a bit of fun. But part 4 continued. I really believe this theory could, possibly could be for an elephant like type of, like a fourth, Force of Nature Pokemon to fit in there. But continue on. 7 plus 17 part 2. Man, we still got loads to go, by the way, lads. So I hope you guys got yourself a drink for this one. Soon after Ku said that a fan had cracked his image riddle, I thought it was me, but he said it wasn't. Then he realized it wasn't a fan, but another insider. And then here is the actual post where he says, I've already seen a full score breakdown answer by some smart fan for my riddles. I will endorse it at an appropriate time. Well, based on my investigation, I think that guy is also an insider. Sorry, I should retract my words. This explains why he could shoot every target perfectly. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know. We have yet to find this person, but many believe that it was the very same person I was talking with this entire time. The Insider, they had very own prediction graphic up, and we're still waiting to confirm it if it's all legitimate. I believe they've got something and not everything. And then there's this, I guess, the image where that is included, I guess, and here it is. So many posted the image today saying this is the person that Ku was talking about, being the Insider, got it right. Ironically, it's the same person who I've been speculating with all along, and we have the exact same predictions. I don't believe they are who Ku is talking about. So here we go. 7 new Pokemon, which you guys can see here in the image. Can move for you guys there. So there's 7 new ones, and of course the 17 HISUIAN forms, and there it is. So let's continue down the list here. Important details about the Insider. So here's what they said about the Insider here. Let's see what's being talked about. So here's some of the proof of us working some things out. Just because some people on Reddit were skeptical, we continue talking about each number in Ku's riddles after that. They deleted some of their tweets, but I had already quoted what they said in my original thread, images 2 and 3. And then of course here's what they were talking about. This Lucky Luke, as well as this person who I don't know the name of because I guess they blocked out the name here. It was a mistake, however. There is no Gumi and it's a strain. Nihilego said Gudra line, and I'm not convinced of Quillfish and the missing baby Pokemon. Yubi is just an expectation because I don't understand 3, but Quillfish has a reason. It's not, it is not surprising that there's no Gumi, and Nihilego does not say Gumi line. As for the baby Pokemon, haha, if you believe in the ball guy, you will only get the wrong answers. So there's some of the stuff that this person was posting before. See, I don't know which one is correct. Maybe both are wrong, but I do think these riddles are actually very intuitive. If you think too complicated, you may lose the answer. So that's fair enough. I came to the conclusion that we did have the same predictions. I think that they just added too much speculation on mine for Ku's liking, so I removed it, and these are my final predictions. And here is his list, and here's are the Insider's final predictions. So there you go. Those are predictions for what the final Pokemon will be, and what the these what would it then be, like 17 new Hisuians and 7 new Pokemon. Ku then gave us a literal template to fit these Pokemon in order, only further confirmed what we believe is real. This was his first hint, just a piece of the Hisuian Pokedex. What's important here is a thread under this tweet where he explains this. Read the 2 next tweets under this one, and we go to this one and see what that's all about. So he says, a sneak peek of the HISUIAN Pokedex, and that's a giant image of different typings and numbers. Even though I deleted Evo Baby Mons because I needed to add a whole family for each cross-gen Mon, tons of work, please understand, they all make it 387 to 493 all in. By the way, only the head part and feet part of the HISUIAN Dex is in the pick, are in the order of the regional Dex. The body part is in the order of the national Dex. Alrighty then. And then we continue on down here. Let's see, I think it's this one next. So a lot of tweets, man. There's a lot of tweets. I'm trying to get through everything. All HISUIAN forms, I could only go this far, but I think it's enough. And then he just lines these up. And here is what some people have been like trying to speculate. Starting it off with Growlithe, Arcanine, Voltorb, Electro, Typhlosion, Quillfish Evo, and then Sneasel Evo, and then Samurott, Arezus Noble, Basculin, Basculegion, Zora Zoroark, Braviary, Gumi, Sligo, Avalugg, and then the Decidueye. And that's that. And then, of course, I think Wordeer is missing in this case, but it is what it is. Then we go over here. This is what we came up with. And this is like one of the breakdowns here that was made by Soul Silver, who put together this. So, Ku hints at all the HISUIAN forms. So, of course, we have the original, like, we call it Growlithe, Arcanine, Voltorb, Electrode, Typhlosion, Quillfish, Sneasel. You got Samurott, Lilligant, I guess Basculegion. You got Zora Zoroark. You got Braviary. You got Gumi, Sligo, or I guess Gudra in this case. Avalugg, Decidueye, and then we got Cleavor. We've got whatever the Quillfish evolution might be. We've got HISUIAN's, I guess, Sneasel evolution, as well as HISUIAN split evolution for, I guess, Ursaring in this case, and Wordeer, as well as Basculegion. And that's what he said there. But I played around with other ideas to try to involve Ku's other mystery riddles shown in the entire thread below. So here is what he was trying to do. He tried another scenario that these general consensus image lists are wrong. And here's what he has instead here, adding in, Donphan and whatnot in the mix instead to see if that would work, and changing some things around. But again, you never really know with this sort of stuff. So it is what it is. We continue on though. Then also, Hybrid Hero actually had a Sneasel been in the wrong all along. How can a HISUIAN Sneasel evolve into HISUIAN Evo and Weavile? As Ku may have suggested, both Evos may be in PLA. That would open up more Gen 2 possibilities, though this feels unlikely due to no space left in the riddle image. And then you can see like some of the other versions here with even like Bellossom or whatever being included, which would be a really odd one, but could actually happen. That would be unlikely, but it is what it is. And then we go back here because I think there's like really just too many variables here. It's just like too many variables for what this could be, right? It's too many variables. But the possible one is the first one we looked at, right? The current state of things as of December 19, 2021, Center kept posting Ku's tweets even after he blocked him, so Ku started resorting to troll him and in turn all of us. So then we're just gonna close down all these images or these tweets because there is so many of them. It would take me a bloody lifetime to go through all of them again, but here we go. So he's been posting these kind of like I guess pokey fun type of tweets. Attention says now all my tweets are related to hints and riddles. We'll all add a tail by the end. This info is fake. I decided to troll because of that loser. Don't worry, this won't interfere with my old tweets. The info added with this little litter tail can be true or false. Other personal posts won't adopt this rule. Fair enough. He goes on though, says he recently hinted there's been a troll all along in his riddles. A troll. What would that troll be in this case? Almost had a meltdown over this though. Notice it doesn't say this is fake, so I don't think this is trolling, but which of the numbers? Maybe it's the 7 plus 17. Maybe there's not 17, but instead 18, or worse 16, though 16 would make sense, eliminating HISUIAN Basculin. To be honest, I was excited for Ghost Basculin. I was trolling with the numbers. Guess which it is. This will affect your conclusion. So anything could happen, man. Would there be more forms, less forms? We don't really know. He has also, I guess, this post right here. Big news. Do you think do you think I've ever trolled some PLA info with my account? Centra's brain will be calculating stuff after this tweet. So yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but the conclusion I came to is this one right here. Is a conclusion. So where's my boy's conclusion? Here it is. So we almost can't move any further without more info, and possibilities are too many. If the 7 plus 17 is inaccurate, we would have more mons getting cut or added. If it's a riddle image number being non-existent or wrong, I saw this great idea further incriminating number 12, but if it was even both. If I had to make a guess, I'd say the Ursaring Evo is false. I find it super odd that they've already shown Ursaring and have it as a boss Pokemon, but it's getting an Evo. It's not really Pokemon style to make a boss or ace Pokemon middle stage Evos outside of the first gym. Hell, even all the trial Pokemon were final boss Evos, I think, which is true. Like, Ursaring has been the one that I've been saying kind of myself as well, like from the beginning, that just seems a little too out of place here. I mean, sure, a split Evo would be a possibility here, but it just seems a bit out of place. And so thinking about the troll from another angle, Ku said 7 plus 17 was true, and they're all in his riddle. Maybe that's the troll he's talking about, since he recently hinted at origin DP forms. Technically, there's more forms than 7 plus 17, even though he told us otherwise and hid the DP forms, which, yes, could mean that the amount is actually wrong. I'm not sure what it is, but the conclusion he came to is right there. And then December 15, 2021 update, the Ku has begun to tell us which tweets are true or false. Nothing really important to report yet, so now we're just waiting on any more hints, riddles, and official news for data mines. I highly recommend you go read Ku's tweets and riddles on his Twitter because there's many more details I could not possibly cover here. Topic ranges from character, ancestor, post-game rating, PLA compared to Sword and Shield gameplay, etc. And he has a big post here, I think, including some of this stuff. They says hardcore gameplay embodies a reasonable resource allocation to PLA. You should pay attention to berries, ores, and other Pokemon drops. You need to buy item slots when the game progresses, craft balls and throw them effectively, avoid senseless recollecting, and make it a smooth app. This game has the longest gameplay time span in the mainline genre. Your final goal is catching Arceus. Wonder how many players will finish it. Besides completing the student Pokedex, if you don't want shiny hunt in this single player, if you don't want a shiny hunt in the single player game, so fair enough, I guess. And then thank you for reading. And then bonus, remember all the Central and Ball Guys tweets about Gen 9 or DLC for PLA in 2021? Well, this was all we can gather from Ku about it, and this is what Ku said about those specific points here. So let's see what that's all about. So he says here, DP forms being confirmed blows a whole new old combo wide open, which is the one about, like, what's true or false. If those forms are there, does that then mean the PLA DLC is the real thing? We don't really know. Makes everything kind of like put into question, right? The possibility is if the DP forms and DLC had won the poll, maybe Ku would have given us that proper info. Yes, could have given us that, but he didn't. Basically, nothing's confirmed yet because I don't believe anyone knows anything about it. Here's what seems to be Ku asking the CR to message him about info on Gen 9 or DLC. So let's see. Oh, geez, the Chinese Riddler mentioned me on Chinese social media. Tieba, if you see this tweet, please DM me. We should exchange some info about the future plans like PLA and Gen 9s, etc. And another possible hint to the setting of Gen 9 could be in the Ginkgo Guild lore, which here is what he has been speculating here. So apparently they are not native. The Ginkgo Guild is named after Ginkgo trees, which are found in China. The guild's emblem is based on the Ginkgo leaves. The press release states that the Ginkgo Guild is not native to Hisui. So this could be the case that we might be going to possibly China for our next Pokemon region, which could be possible because the Pokemon company has been working with specifically with Timmy, which are the guys who make what do you call it, like well, I mean Tencent as well, who are a Chinese company that make games like Pokemon Unite as well as other games like Arena of Valor and stuff like that. Well, basically it could be the case that they might be taking it to China next, which could be interesting. Maybe that's what they're hinting at with the guild and stuff. This took a wild turn, but China, Tibet, India, Gen 9, is that you? Or simply it could be related to, like, you know, possibly us going to Johto again. I don't know, man. It could be any of these. But we'll see what happens with that. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the video. Oh my lord, my throat actually hurts. My throat physically hurts from that, okay? My literal throat hurts from that, okay? Like, damn. That was a long video to get through, guys. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Ruffle Rowlett. Thank you again to Soul Silver Art for coming through with all this info, this amazing breakdown. If you guys want to check it out, it's going to be linked down below. I'll make a post on my board with all this stuff as well if you want to look at specific points. But that is that, ladies and gents. Thank you for watching. My name is Ruffle Rowlett. I'll see you on the next time. Peace out and bye-bye.